Oh, from one Chucky topic to the next, NXT Halloween Havoc. Oh,
Austin watched this. I did not.
I watched the whole fucking
Uh,
thing.
mhm.
It wasn't good.
I
um,
talked to him while he was watching it, and so I know what happened. I didn't see it. What happened?
the the first match was the triple threat. Uh, what did you say they called it?
Scare. Hold on. It was a Scareway to Hell ladder match, and it was for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. It was Io Shirai and Zoe Stark defending against Toxic Attraction, which was Mandy Rose and JC Jane,
No, it wasn't.
and Indy. What do you mean? I mean,
It,
I'm sorry, Priscilla Kelly. There, Toxic Attraction was all over this fucking show. Fucking, it was Gigi Dolan and JC Jane, and then Indy Hartwell and whoever her fucking partner was. I don't remember her.
let's just call her Green.
Okay, well, I obviously didn't watch the match.
She's
Austin
fucking
said it
good.
was horrible.
It
Austin,
was
why was it
atrocious.
horrible?
Well, for one, there was barely any ladder spots.
Well, why
Um,
are you doing that? I'm gonna play the clip so I can see some of this shit that you're
yeah,
talking about.
the spot with Io Shirai, that she basically they had a spot where Io Shirai fell off the ladder, into onto the outside onto a ladder, and it looked.
Mhm.
I mean, it looked painful, but you could tell they were trying to make her go through the ladder, but since it's Io Shirai, it barely dented the ladder.
Mhm.
So, yeah, that spot was terrible. They had a nasty looking spot, where there was a power bomb from Green to Gigi Dolan and had Gigi Dolan land on her neck. I was happy and disgusted at the same time, by how like scary the botch was. Um, but it mostly was nothing. I mean, it ended with India Hartwell and Gigi Dolan at the top of the ladder. Indy Hartwell getting kicked off the ladder, and then Toxic Attraction winning, which automatically made this one of the worst matches of the year. So, you know, it was bad. It wasn't
Well,
really
I
good.
thought they weren't supposed to. I thought they weren't supposed to ring the bell until they pulled both titles down. They only rung it when they pulled one title down.
Well, that's how it works, I guess. I don't
Oh my
fucking
god,
know.
I see those people with the Nexus shirts you're talking
I
about.
told you, dude. And they tweeted on Twitter too. They're like, I didn't get to take a picture with you, Stu Bennett, but we're all rocking our Nexus shirts, and they're all fucking fat as hell.
Oh my god.
Like we're in 3XLs, fucking shirts.
What
And
was the next match after that?
I could say that because I'm fat. So, but the next match was Joe Gacy versus a jobber, and Joe Gacy did his whatever he fucking does, and then Parker Bordeaux comes out in this Michael Myers fucking coveralls and chokes the jobber out, throws him back in the ring. No disqualification, by the way, because it's not like it was a regular match, because it was, but it's okay because Parker Bordeaux was obviously a part of the match, even though it was 1-on-1. But I digress.
Joe Gacy
Um,
kind of looks like James Corden.
let's get loud.
Fuck
uh,
yourself.
then Joe Gacy did this fucking weird headstand,
Oh, the guy who faced
lariat.
is Malik Blade, if you're wondering.
Yeah, I know. He looked like fucking Leon Ruff. So
It looks like a fucking Dollar Tree fucking. He looks like Kenny King, mixed with like Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah, he does. He kind of does. But he did like this. I think it was the lariat that Tyler Bate does to finish the match and pin him, and that was it.
Oh my God, Parker Bordeaux looks exactly like fucking Lars Sullivan with no hair. God, I hope he doesn't turn out like Lars Sullivan.
The next match was the Diamond Mine set there and said some dumb shit and said that we're gonna have an open invitational or what the fuck ever, and goddamn Odyssey Jones comes out and faces Roderick Strong in a short match where Roderick Strong beats Odyssey Jones. It wasn't good. I didn't care. Like at that point, I was like, "Fuck this fucking show." I was just waiting to see the main event.
Yep.
But I I went through the fucking whole show. Next was Mandy Rose versus Raquel Gonzalez. Raquel fucking
They
goes
did
up.
not post a pic from that match.
Well, Raquel's in this fucking weird, like, all green outfit with a fucking biker jacket, and she's coming out on a motorcycle, and she spins the wheel, and it's a trick or treat fight.
Yep.
There's nothing to fucking do with Halloween besides Raquel at one point wearing a Jason mask. And it wasn't even a good Jason mask. It was like one of the ones you can get from fucking the Dollar Tree.
Mm-hmm.
So you sit there and wore that, and then they did a table spot where Raquel put Mandy Rose to the table. But no, a masked figure appears and hits Raquel with the shovel, and then Mandy Rose hits a knee. 1, 2, 3, and all the simps are happy. You want to tell
Mm-hmm.
them your opinion on that, Devin? By the way,
No.
this is for the championship, so Mandy Rose is the
Yeah.
champion.
So I like this Mandy Rose is better than what she was before, but there's no reason for her to be champion. It doesn't make any sense. She didn't beat anybody to become number one contender. To be fair, NXT doesn't really have a fucking women's division, you know. Also, they showed a promo for Kaylee Ray on the show, even though she came out when Raquel beat Dakota. If you don't remember, so she already fucking debuted on NXT. But you know, let's run a promo for her that she's gonna debut, even though she already fucking debuted. But she doesn't get a title shot. She's not
Oh,
even
it's
here.
okay.
She hasn't even been on NXT.
That's a thing that they do now because on Raw on Raw they had Veer, even though he was already
Oh
on the
my
brand.
god, I saw that shit and they said Veer is coming. Oh my god, it's
That's
awful.
that's okay. So they're just following in the footsteps of Raw.
I mean, NXT is literally Monday Night Raw light. It really is now. It is that bad. Like, and the stuff I'm seeing, but let me get back to this fucking shit. So, I didn't watch this, honestly, but
Keep in mind we still
from
have like
my
3 matches.
so from my point of view, my perspective on it is they don't have a real good women's division in NXT because most of their women's wrestlers are in the tag division, as you saw earlier. And so they only have in the division right now Raquel, Mandy Rose, Kaylee Ray, I guess you could put Saray in there, but she's doing her own fucking storyline shit. So they really have no women's division for the women's championship. So either way this match went, whether Raquel retained or not, there wouldn't have been really anybody to face because they already fucked up Frankie Monet, who came from being one of the longest reigning Impact Knockouts champions ever and was one of the top women's wrestlers in the world. And they're making her do this Robert Stone brand garbage. And so as soon as Gigi Dolan and JC Jane won, I was like, I was like, oh, because they said on NXT that all three of them were gonna have gold, and I was like, oh, is this gonna be one of those things where they make you think that they are because they won the tag titles, but then Mandy Rose doesn't end up actually winning? But no, Mandy Rose ended up winning, and she's now the NXT Women's Champion. So Raquel had one of the shittiest NXT Women's Championship reigns I've ever seen. She went from being the one to finally dethrone Io Shirai to facing a bunch of people that didn't matter. Like she fucking who did she wrestle? She wrestled fucking Xia Li, who's on SmackDown now, and
Ember
beat
Moon,
Xia Li. She wrestled Ember Moon in a completely pointless match. She wrestled Dakota Kai, pinned her clean.
Frankie
She
Monet.
fucking beat Frankie Monet, and but she beats all those people. Beat. She's the one who fucking dethroned Io Shirai, but she loses to Mandy Rose. Now I understand it was from the help of Dakota Kai because Dakota Kai was the masked person, but it still doesn't make any sense. Like I don't understand why Dakota is even going after Raquel because she like what bone does she have to pick with Raquel? Raquel pinned her clean. Like, literally pinned her clean for the championship. And
Well,
then Dakota was wrestling.
maybe WWE saw Dakota Kai on the New Legacy Inc. stream recently and was just like, you know what, fuck it, you're staying in NXT.
I don't know. It seemed like her dark matches. And I'm like, oh god, here we go. She's going to Raw to get fucked. But no, she's back in NXT, which I'm happy about because that gives NXT another fucking woman to work with in their depleted division. But it's and now what they're going to do? They're going to continue Raquel and Dakota. And now there's not even a title involved. Like, what is the reason Dakota's doing it now? That was the whole reason she turned on Raquel in the first place. That was the whole reason they had a feud. So now if the title's not involved, what the fuck? That makes no sense. And they can't do Dakota versus Mandy Rhodes because Mandy's a heel. Dakota's obviously a heel. So they're not going to do that. The obvious thing is they're going to do Dakota and Raquel after this. Obviously, Raquel is going to want revenge on Dakota for costing her the title. And so it just doesn't make sense to me. It's so stupid. And then now you got Mandy Rose as your NXT Women's Champion. Why? She's not a good wrestler. She's decent, but not anywhere good enough to be a women's champion. At least not yet. I would have liked to see more improvement from her before, because I've seen some of her matches on NXT recently. She's decent, but she still needs improvement. But it's just I haven't seen anything from her where I'm like, yeah, that's the next women's champion. And I thought they were really building Raquel up for something, even though her title reign sucked. They had her beat all these women, and I'm like, okay, well, who the fuck is she gonna face? Then Kaylee Ray shows up. I'm like, okay, they're gonna do Kaylee Ray, and then maybe Kaylee Ray will take the title off of her. No, Mandy Rose in a trick or street fight of all things. So you want to tell them how horrible the match was? Because you said it was horrible.
It was atrocious. All they used was chairs and kendo stick. There was a spot. It was so unbelievably dumb. I genuinely wanted to turn the TV off. So, Mandy Rose punches Raquel Gonzalez into a chair. She takes a
Mm-hmm.
kendo stick, and by the way, it's one of those announcer chairs. And she puts it between the arms of the chair and Raquel Gonzalez. And somehow, Raquel can't move the kendo stick to get out of the chair. Because she can't think straight because her only brain cell is not functioning. So then, fucking Mandy Rose steps up on the steel stairs goes down. She doesn't even jump off of it. She gets off the steel stairs and then runs up and hits a running knee, like making Raquel Gonzalez fall back in her chair and lay on the ground. Then she tries to pin this bitch. This bitch tries to pin her on the floor. It's not a false count anywhere, Mandy. It's not a false count anywhere.
But she's ready to be women's champion, though.
Apparently,
She doesn't understand the rules of a street fight.
My whole thing is fucking.
I don't know what's worse. Go ahead.
My whole thing is that fucking spot was terrible. And then after that, it was after that. That's when fucking Mandy was trying to find more weapons, which she settled on a kendo stick, which she always fucking settles on, because that's the only thing she knows how to fucking use. She let Raquel get out of that situation, grab a fire extinguisher, put on a Jason mask, and extinguish her. Extinguish Mandy Rose. It's so fucking dumb. Like, what the fuck?
Like, at this point, I don't know which match type is worse. A trick or street fight, a fucking Symphony of Destruction match, a fucking... What was the Christmas themed one?
Massacre on 34th Street.
Fight, yeah. Massacre on 34th Street fight. Like, I don't know which one of those three is worse. At least on Raw, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but at least on Raw, they put enough effort in to have, like, Christmas decorations in their street fight. For fuck's sake, they did a trick or street fight, and they had Halloween themed stuff for the street fight. This is a whole Halloween themed pay-per-view, and they didn't have any Halloween decorations at all. What the fuck? They did last year for Halloween Havoc. All they had this year was Chucky. And people dressed up. You know, all the wrestlers were dressed in costumes.
Oh, we'll get to that. It's okay. Don't say any more about that.
But what I'm confused is now where is this women's title thing gonna go? Because obviously Raquel's gonna get a rematch, but there's also the thing with her and Dakota. So where the fuck do you go from here? And then even then, if they're doing the Raquel and Dakota thing, who the fuck faces Mandy Rose? Is it going to be Kaylee Ray? Who else is there? It's you ask yourself that with every title match because you genuinely don't know who's going to fight for the title next because they don't have women in the division because they're in the tag title division. It's so poorly executed.
Yep.
Like... It is like I don't know at this point. Oh, I mean, isn't it sad that Io Shirai, who's 5'1", had a way more dominant title reign than Raquel, who's the biggest woman in NXT, and they built up to be the female version of fucking Kevin Nash. Isn't that sad?
A little bit,
That
yeah.
fucking 5'1", and I love Io Shirai. She's one of my favorite women's wrestlers. But isn't it sad that a woman who's 5'1" beat way more people than you, and had a way longer title reign and a way better title reign than you? Isn't that kind of sad? Than you being the biggest woman in NXT and trying to be this big threat. Fuck out of here. You lose to Mandy Rose of all people. Bullshit. Go fucking fuck Braun Strowman because I know you're dating him. So go do that.
Well,
Fucking terrible title reign. What a waste. What a. They literally made her. They put her over as the woman to beat Io Shirai. No. Every other woman failed. Raquel was the one. They put her over so hard. They tried to make her seem like this big threat, and then her title reign was one of the biggest fucking joke flop title reigns I've ever seen in my entirety of watching wrestling. I've never seen somebody that was put over that hard and that got the rub that hard, and then just flop so bad. with the title reign. Like, honestly, like, what in the fuck? I'm sure Mandy Rose is probably going to have a better title reign than Raquel did. I'll predict it right now. Fuck it. But it also leaves the question now that fucking Gigi Dolan and JC Jane are the women's tag team champions in NXT, what the fuck does that mean for the rest of the division? Are fucking Io Shirai and Zoe Stark gonna stay a team? Are they gonna split them up? I don't know what's gonna happen. Is fucking Indy Hartwell and her partner gonna stay together? What teams do they have outside of that? Do they? I
Probably
guess they
none.
have Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter, but nobody gives a fuck about them. They just fucking do shit on TikTok all day. I don't know. I can't tell. You know what's funny? I see a picture of Ricochet and Casey Catanzaro, and I can't tell. I can't tell, Austin, if I'm looking at Ricochet and Casey Catanzaro, or if I'm looking at a fucking picture of Johnny and Plank from Ed, Ed and Eddie. I can't tell the difference. I really can't tell the difference anymore. There you go.
Oh
I
God, what the fuck? Oh fuck! What the fuck? That's actually a good comparison.
Yep.
Oh my fucking God!
There you go. NXT sucks ass. Let's get to the rest of this pay per view.
And Casey
Fuck the women.
Catanzaro has no ass.
Hmm. At least Mandy Rose has ass. Every other woman on that fucking roster has ass. And fucking Casey Catanzaro. Oh my god. Plank doesn't. Fuck's
Oh,
sake.
I'm gonna have to put her fucking face over just the plank and make that a PNG.
Have to put Ricochets over Johnny.
Okay. Well,
Oh my fucking god. They still they posted the clip for the main event. They still have not posted. Oh, they finally fucking posted it. They posted the clip for this after the main event. I don't know why, but
oh God. Okay. Well, next, next was Johnny Gargano and Dexter Lumis versus Carmelo Hayes and his fucking butt buddy.
oh, oh that was kind of the worst spear through table I've ever seen. There was no impact. There was no impact at all. The table looked like it was already broken to fucking fall apart. Like, what the fuck was that? What
Oh.
in the fuck? A fucking bicycle knee.
So it was fucking Carmelo Hayes basically and his partner just sit there and walked around the Scooby Doo haunted mansion and fucking waited to get the championship, and then Johnny Gargano and Dexter Lumis started fighting them until they left, and that was it.
I'm sorry, my guy. Are you 12?
What?
I'm watching this clip of Dakota attacking Raquel, and there's this man in the crowd that has a 2012 green John Cena shirt on, the wristbands, the John Cena hat, the jorts, and the pump shoes, and he has a 2010 John Cena spinner belt toy belt of the
Oh,
WWE Championship.
my
My
fucking.
guy, you do know this is NXT, right? You think John Cena's gonna show up?
Oh. Oh.
Why does somebody have the light heavyweight championship in the crowd? Why is somebody wearing an ECW t-shirt? You do realize where you are, right? Somebody's
Oh,
wearing a Stone Cold t-shirt.
they're wearing NWO
Uh,
t-shirts as well. People in there wearing NWO t-shirts.
surprised I haven't seen a fucking Halloween Kills shirt or something, because Austin said they were talking about Halloween Kills
They
so much on
they
the show.
dude, they talked about Halloween Kills like 5 fucking times, and that's not including the commercials they played.
Oh my god, okay. What was next after the women's match that you were talking about?
I said Carmelo Hayes and his partner wandered around the Scooby-Doo haunted mansion that Dexter Lumis has,
Williams.
and then Dexter Lumis and Johnny Gargano started beating up them after they got the championship back, because apparently Dexter Lumis and Johnny Gargano stole the championship. And then they left with the championship, and then that was it.
I'm watching this fucking thing now. This looks like some fucking like haunted house type shit that you would like buy a ticket to see like 4 different like haunted house attractions. Like, what the fuck? So now, okay. Fuck. Okay, now I see what you're talking about with Johnny Gargano and Dexter Lumis.
Yeah,
So Johnny Gargano is just gonna start wearing what Dexter Lumis wears now?
yep.
Okay. Well, now they're all doing the thumbs up. Oh, people are gonna say, "Oh, you're stealing from Orange Cassidy." I bet that's what they're
Oh,
gonna say.
oh,
I will go to the comments of this video right now. I guarantee they're gonna say, "Stealing the thumbs up from Orange Cassidy." I'm legitimately gonna go to the comments right now. Hold on. Let me click on it. Go to the comments. Let's see. Okay, never mind. I don't see it. I mean, it was only posted 20 minutes ago. I'm sure somebody will say it at some point. But moving on.
yeah, that was it. And then MSK versus Imperium. I didn't give a shit.
You said the match was really long.
It was long and it was boring, and I don't like Imperium without Walter.
Well, didn't you
So
say Imperium won the NXT Tag Team Championships?
yes,
What
why
the
I
fuck?
don't know, but they
I don't
did.
know. Oh my god. This show is fucking shitty. I didn't even watch it, and I know.
And
I just
then
know that it was
then they
shitty.
had Braun Breaker versus Tommaso Ciampa, and I got my hopes up because it wasn't really that great of a match. I mean, Braun
Oh,
Breaker
you
was
skipped a
impressive.
match, Austin.
I skipped the match. What did I skip?
Or a segment you skipped. Solo Sikoa announces his arrival with the beatdown of Grayson Waller.
Oh, yeah, I didn't give a shit. But
If you don't know who Solo Sikoa is, that's the Usos brother.
I'll
So
give a
I'm
shit when he
hoping to
actually
see
wrestles.
I'm hoping to see big things from him.
Hopefully. But Tommaso Ciampa and Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker was impressive, like as always. Should have put the belt on him. They didn't, because
Nope.
put the belt on Mandy Rose, but you can't put it on Braun Breaker. But yeah, as I was saying,
Mm.
you can't put you can put the title on Mandy Rose, but you can't put it on Braun Breaker because of course fucking not. Um, yeah. So
Yeah, because fuck it, I guess. Because for whatever reason, I guess Champa just needs to be champion, even though I keep seeing stuff about how his career is gonna start winding down soon and shit. And it's like, okay, well, why don't you make Braun Breaker champion? Like, like imagine what that would do for him. He's already been so impressive. The dude comes in, has a match, gets an NXT, has a very impressive first match with LA Knight, and then gets an NXT title match. And imagine he beats the champion. You know how impressive that makes him look. But then you
yeah,
have him lose here, and it's like, well, like I don't know. It's just like, I mean, I feel like he'll probably be champion eventually, but I don't know why they didn't pull the trigger now.
I don't know.
Because he's really, really good.
He is. He's fucking like great in the ring.
If only they could have. Oh my God, that guy was dressed up like Mankind, and he looked like he was 600 pounds. Oh my God, I gotta go back and see that.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, he is massive. Why are so many of the fucking NXT fans fat? What the fuck? Literally, I'm looking in the crowd, and it's like a fucking school of whales.
Oh,
What the fuck?
oh.
Dude is like, the dude that's dressed like Mankind is like three Mankinds. That's how big he is.
Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
God. I'm trying to see the other people in the crowd, see what they were wearing. Oh my God, I see all the fucking, ew, I see the fat Nexus now. Ew, that guy looks like a fat Drake, and he has a fucking Matt Riddle shirt on. Ew, that one guy looks like Carlito. Jesus Christ, these specimens in the crowd. Oh my,
Well,
why is this guy in the crowd has an NWO World Heavyweight Championship, a WWE COVID mask, and he's wearing like a Kurt Angle wrestling singlet, elbow pads, wrist tape, knee pads, and wrestling boots. Like, he thinks he's gonna actually get in the fucking ring. What the fuck is this? Why a lot of people wearing John Cena shirts. I see one Halloween Havoc t-shirt. Somebody's wearing a... What is this, man? Anyway,
well, that was Halloween Havoc 2021. It
yep.
was atrocious.
I can't believe last year's there, and they had Shotzi as the host last year.
Yeah,
Who do you think was the better host, Shotzi or Chucky?
Chucky.
I saw a fucking Shotzi posted about it. She's like, I won't be the host this year, but I will be watching. That's what she said.
Yeah, well, I blocked her, so I didn't see that.
Oh, well, I heard you say this earlier when I was talking to you. You said something about you're like, I'm not gonna follow Grayson Waller on Twitter. What was that about?
Oh, because he was telling people to follow him on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and I was like, no. Like, you're dressed up as a fucking vampire. No.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, didn't you say L.A. Knight was dressed up as a vampire?
Same type of vampire too.
Oh, did you talk about the lumberjack match where everybody was dressed up?
That was the tag team match.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, poor Kyle O'Reilly was a lumberjack today.
Yep, cause you know.
Oh, by the way, it's not just a lumberjack. It's a lumberjack-o'-lantern match.
Yep. Because why not?
But let's stop
Fuck it,
talking
I
about
suppose.
let's stop talking about NXT because I'm so
Fuck
done.
NXT and fuck Halloween Havoc. That's all I gotta say.